Welcome to the His House. It goes down at the motherfucking His House. We like being at the motherfucking His House. Where you get celebrity tea and gossip. Make predictions. We sip tea and per tea live. On stream. Not edited. Straight off the dome. And we sip tea at the His House. Get lit at the motherfucking His House. Sip tea and hear all about it. At the DDG motherfucking His House. You heard me? Yeah. Now, what motherfucking His House? How you doing? You living? Well, now that I know you love this tea on me. Okay, y'all. What do y'all think about DDG and Holly Bailey doing their albums, coming up with music around the same time? I don't know if you remember, but a while back, DDG had did a song. Maybe a day or two after that, or the same day, Holly Bailey did a song, and it got more numbers and more traction than DDG's song. And I was like, "Get him, Holly Bailey. That's what you do, girl. When he drop, you drop. When he drop, you drop." Then DDG started dropping, and she stopped dropping. Because a lot of times, I don't know if y'all know, Holly Bailey don't like me to be right, and allegedly, and she just go the opposite of what I say sometimes. Even though I did say her and DDG would not be together because she's a vegan and he's not, but and they're not together. But I also said that I would like for them to be together. And I remember I said that I think she was gonna have a girl, and she ended up having a boy. But who's to say he don't have him eventually one day? I don't know. Maybe he won't. But I think she started laughing when she found out she had a boy, and I was like, then they had a girl. Because at the end of the day, it was me talking. It wasn't me definitely putting a spin or a spill on anything. Because I, of course, didn't have an ultrasound from her. She was having a girl or a boy. But yeah. And so I've listened to both DDG's music and Holly's music, and I think I feel like I know a little bit of message. And no, I can't say I listen to every single song, but I listen to enough to know. And so that's what we're going to do. Because, of course, Holly recently put out an album after DDG put his album out. And some of her songs are really good as well. Shout out to her. Some of them I don't like as much as others, and some of them I do like just others. So, same thing with DDG. Some songs I kind of rock with, and some songs I kind of don't rock with. It just is what it is. So y'all definitely go check out both of their music, both of their sounds, both of their songs, and I'm going to go over what I feel and get from their songs, basically. So the first one we're gonna start with DDG and him talking about um the Billy and what's it, Billy and Bobby, it's Billy and Shannon, where allegedly he has a show called Shannon dealing with Kennedy Simone. Now, for the longest, I'm not gonna cap. I would say before he got with Holly Bailey, I feel like Kennedy Simone would have given him a chance because it seemed like she was always single. She was available. She kept making meals and dinners, letting people know that she's wifey material. And maybe she kept the light on for DDG, but he never wanted to go there because some reason he was mad about this video she did with McQueen. and was very poor behavior, poor choice on my part because literally the only thing she was supposedly had done was a prank. And for him to be that so sensitive about it is kind of why allegedly him and McQueen kind of fell off. And I think up until recently, he really didn't want to give her a chance, which is sad and unfortunate. And so he's dated multiple girls since her and never reached out to her because of that one incident, which kind of says that he really is kind of insecure. And no woman likes an insecure man. We want a man who is sure of himself. And yeah, it could have been a little wrong because it was McQueen and he's not an ugly looking dude per se. But at the same time, it was a prank. And at that time, DDG was doing pranks, but he just took it the wrong way. Now, I ain't gonna say that Kennedy is so innocent in the situation as if, like, I'm not gonna say that Kennedy even deserved DDG because I feel like it was the times where she did take advantage of him and that she really didn't appreciate him or whatever. But of course, I do feel like it was just at a certain point that she just started looking at him like, okay, I could go somewhere with this. Because I feel like she was kind of immature and just was going with the flow. And I feel like he was kind of immature and going with the flow, if that makes sense. But as I said before, that DDG is kind of canceled because of how he did Holly. I also feel like because there's been talks that Kennedy could be brought in since she's been MIA for so long. She very well could be, and it was so crazy because apparently Dub said he tried to get Kennedy Simone. To show up to the Capaholics uh house and she didn't come, and now he has a girl that looks just like her a little bit. Um, I think I spelled her name wrong, but you get it. It's Kennedy Simone. Um, nice hair and very beautiful woman, very beautiful woman. And I kind of regret saying what I said about people getting their bodies done because regardless of your body done, I mean, she still looks amazing. You know what I'm saying? And I made a comment about me not really caring for people who get their bodies done, but hey, do what works for you at the end of the day. That's what you feel comfortable doing. I feel like she didn't need it, but at the end of the day, do what makes a person feel like them, you know? And you got to be comfortable in your own skin. To me, shows a little bit sign of insecurity, but yeah. And then this is a clip I think where they said that Kennedy later called up to the station. And one time he was an Indian giver. He used to take everything back from me. So he gave me a dog. And 5 years later, he's still talking about that dog.
Oh, he wants the dog back.
His homeboy,
What was the dog name?
Bambi.
Bambi. Okay, so wait. So what's the secret?
That's the secret.
What, that he wants the dog back?
No, that's his homeboy. He know who it was.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you
I
slept
was
with
in
his
the video.
So you slept with his homeboy.
That's crazy.
All right. I mean, does he know you slept with his homeboy? He hung up. Okay.
Yeah, she
You
gave
know,
Yeah.
Fendi is. I had bought this my ex. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just stop the recording.
Oh, they are.
So I was with this man for a long time, and one time he was an Indian giver. He used to take everything. That was Kennedy, and she said it was because of a prank of him sleeping with a homeboy. Now she should have said being in a bed with a homeboy, but she said sleeping with, so maybe she did sleep with the homeboy. Um, and maybe DDG, that's why he found out about it, or whatever. Because that's a little different than doing a prank with somebody. But I think this is the only time he thought about Candy Simone because he really was trying to get her out of his mind after that situation. They ain't really had a thought about Candy Simone since that situation. And that's crazy. And so I had made a comment on a video of mine. I was like, did she sleep with the boy or what? And it was confirmed, or somebody wrote back and was like, no, it was just a prank. So I'm thinking that it was just a prank. But this video took place after he had his baby with his baby mama. So for her reaching out, I feel like she does kind of think about him too. And apparently he thinks about her. But he said that he's reached out to her and she's blocked him. But I feel like you can reach out to her
Alright, go ahead.
family. I feel like she's back home with her family.
This food. You mind
If you really,
can you be in it though? This is Kennedy.
Hi guys.
How you doing? We about to go eat. Late night. You know?
she is so pretty. But I feel like if you really wanted to get with her, like make the effort, find her. Get in contact with her family. Don't just call somebody, show up. Let the woman know you serious. Even though I do want him to get back with Holly, ain't gonna cap, because I don't like splitting up families. But if he really wanted to talk to Kendi, a phone call is not gonna work.
Kennedy.
Hi guys.
How you doing? We about
And I did used to like seeing their content together, even though I ain't gonna cap. I feel like she did think he was a little scrub back then, but I mean, I feel like he kind of was, but he kind of grew and matured a little bit. So I don't know, like I feel like she waited a little bit for him, but the way he did Holly, what woman wants to sign up for that? You know what I'm saying? And I still say that. And it's so crazy because I think I'm gonna have to show the clip where I think Mama DDG was speaking on bloggers who's talked about canceling DDG, and I'm gonna get into that later. But yeah, with Kennedy, I feel like you just can't call Kennedy. You're gonna have to like pull up to her house type ish, take her out type ish, surprise her type ish. But if she's pregnant, I do feel like she don't want the world to know because there's also talk about her having a pregnancy. I actually wouldn't be surprised if she is. Oh, that outfit is cute. This blue is so cute. That Harris T. Oh, if it would have in it and a little blue in it, oh my gosh. But yeah, that's T. The only reason I'm thinking that she could be is because he is the one who started her YouTube career. Like he would give her pointers, and so that's really why she kind of went into doing YouTube. And it used to be where she would make a comment about her and she would post out the blue. So I feel like she was really feeling him within the last year or so. But he doesn't really step for people real hard. Even with Holly, which I'm looking into Holly, like he don't really step for real. If that's apparently, allegedly. So it's saying 10 months since she's made that video. I'm thinking, yeah, she definitely could be preggers. Because I don't see why she won't make a video and go this long without posting. And that's something that some women kind of want to keep private, or maybe she thinks that he wouldn't be interested in her if she's pregnant. But with him having a child, I don't really think he would care. And I feel like her supporters would even care. If you have a child, like we would want to see it. And maybe she's not with her baby daddy because that's how men are savage at times, apparently, including DDG. Allegedly, like you just have kids with people and then like disappear, like Casper, the friendly mother freaking ghost. Be like Bobby. So I don't know. So that's also what pissed a female off, and she doesn't deserve that either. If that's what happened. But even if a guy did decide to leave you with a child, just like I would tell Haley Bailey, that doesn't define you and it doesn't make you. And yes, you are going to be wanted by somebody still. Just don't give up and just continue to be the best woman, the best mother that you can be, and find a man or person who values you, and don't take that person back until they do value you. So yeah, I do feel like, even though I don't went all over the place with this a little bit, I do feel like that, yeah, he could probably get her back, but he gotta like really step, if that makes sense. And dang, she is really trying to get off the scene. This only video short that she has up. Come on, Candy. Be freaking for real. Be freaking for real, Kennedy. Okay, I can't really do that for copyright reasons. But hair was tea on here. And she does a lot of hair, makeup, and cooking and we like them. But yeah, she is so beautiful. But anyway, and I hate I made that comment in the back right. I was just like talking about people with bodies, getting their bodies done. But like I said, she's still be for real. So Kennedy, do better. Where's your content, girl? Baby or not, where's your motherfucking content, girl? Be freaking for real. Stop playing with us. Where's the cooking videos? Where's the feeding videos? The diaper videos? Like, we want to see it all. If that's what it is. If it's not, then it's just not. Because he has to make confirmed or denied if she's pregnant or not. And some people don't want that in Front Street. But I'm thinking she could be because it's given like where she disappeared to. You know what I'm saying? And why would she have a reason to disappear? But going back to the DDG and Halle Bailey situation, or Haley Bailey, god dang it, I'm messing up. Holly Bailey, the freak. I got from the songs that they both did that yes, Holly is in a relationship where of course she appreciates her boyfriend or whatever, but yeah, she still thinks about and misses DDG because when it came to DDG, ain't gonna cap. The girl stand 10 toes down, like, and DDG was like, "Sit be this," you know what I'm saying? I care. Like, I feel like he needed his beat down because he played with her in the worst way, and no one wants to be treated like that. But I feel like she had his back in whatever until she just couldn't have his back, and so I still feel like he was the problem. And the only I'm wholeheartedly a believer of this. Men think just because you don't put your hands on them that they're innocent. Men can do some of the most hurtful and devilish things to a woman and everything, and it's the same thing. It's just it's even worse than putting your hands on them. So I feel like that they're even because anytime you act like you care about a woman and then she has your seed and you dip and leave her and act like she's scum on the earth and nothing to you, that is worse than putting beating a woman down to a pulp because this person cared for you at one point. But anyway, and I really do feel like she really cared for him, and I don't really feel like he kind of believed it so much, or maybe he didn't care. But I do feel like Holly really did care about DDG, and in some weird way, I think he cared about her. But I also feel like he wanted to play the field, and she either wasn't letting him play the field because, of course, she couldn't handle that. You know, she's young, and just like no woman wants to do with that. But I also feel like maybe he thought like he could play her and like she would never say nothing about him stepping out or whatever. But at the end of the day, um, so anyway, hold on, see what he's saying.
I really can't cheat on this because this is cheating on my life. Like, this is my better half. When you just having babies out of wedlock, it don't hit the same, y'all. It just don't hit the same. And that's why Halle Bailey and DDG should have been married. He should have married because it would have made the bond stronger. Like, it would have been like, I really can't cheat on this because this is cheating on my life. Like, this is my better half. When you just having babies out of wedlock, it don't hit the same, y'all. It just don't hit the same. And that's why Halle Bailey and DDG should have been married. He should have married her because
I feel like they at one point did get married. As spite whether he was if they didn't get married, they definitely had an engagement because she definitely had a ring and she posted about it allegedly, and they definitely went on like a little honeymoon situation where either he gave her a ring or they got married. But I feel like they also didn't want people to know all that. And they also bought a house together allegedly, which is why he gave his other house to his mom. But I also feel like he was just kind of nervous as well because that's something he worked hard for, and to give it away, he didn't want to officially give it away. So I feel like he also probably um made an excuse to leave because it just seemed too good to be true. And then putting all your trust in a woman and moving in with her and all this, and then y'all also having issues like who wants to deal with that? So let's just go back to my mama house, which used to be my house, but whatever. Because that is a big step. But I think he would live, and he would have got to see his son, and he wouldn't have to deal with all this court situation. Okay, so going back to the songs, because like I said before, DDG has made some songs, and one of the songs, 17 More Years, they say that it was about how whatever. I do feel like, in listening to the songs, that he does wish that it could have worked out between him and his baby mama. But then, too, some people just don't want the drama. And it's hard to say, excuse me, if it's because he don't want the drama as far as the money and all this, or he really does still love Holly. He said he still have feelings for her. I feel like he does, but I feel like when she put her hands on him, I'm sorry for laughing, that really hurt him in a deep way, and it would. Because I mean, if he had put his hands on her, it wouldn't definitely end well, you know. And he definitely is not the type that has to deal with abuse because he makes so much money and he has people who really want to be with him. And despite Holly saying that he slept with Lala, so she did have some insecurities about her too, and so she probably was pressing him a lot as well. Because she also said in one of her songs that she does it because she loves him, and like you gotta have that men have room to breathe. And when you're young, you probably don't know that, right? And that will cause you to fall out of love with anybody if they stop you from being who you want to be. And if they're accusing you of things you didn't do, because apparently him and Lala didn't have anything besides maybe a kiss. But Holly was convinced that they were more. And he may have wanted it, and maybe Holly sensed that, but you can't deal with that and be with somebody. So I feel like Holly was definitely giving him a lot of stress, a lot of no space, and a lot of. At that time, she really wasn't cooking for him and stuff either. And he likes to cook, have people cook, or whatever. And his mom was doing most of the cooking. But now Holly's throwing down, which I feel like is partially due to him. And she wants to know him to know that look, I can cook, boo. I always cook. But I feel like she wasn't as adamant about it at that time, and I feel like that was the one thing that separated them. She was vegan, he wasn't, so she's been cooking a lot of dishes that are non-vegan. So I feel like they actually probably could make something shake. He likes to eat. And at the end of the day, he does miss his son, of course, and I feel like if she wasn't so in his face and gave him more freedom, that they probably could have worked. And definitely if she kept her hands to herself, allegedly, and not beat his ass, because nobody's gonna stay for that at all. But I do feel like she regrets that, and I do feel like she was going through a lot at the time. I mean, because she had allegedly just had a baby, and they said she could have had postpartum. And when you think your man is with another man, of course you're gonna go off. But I do feel like she wouldn't do that anymore if he expressed to her that's what he wanted. And to be honest, him and Holly could have really been a power couple. When you think about Jay Z, like I'm talking about like Jay Z, Rihanna, and ASAP, and Rihanna and Chris Brown, that he could have really been a power couple because they have a kid together. They both came out for YouTube. They both were musicians. That's why I really want them back together. And with him, I feel like he can work with Holly, but he just has to be more affectionate. He has to give her more attention. And if he does want to be with his boys or his friends, he just has to set boundaries and just let her know, look, baby, this just work, but you know I got your back. Just like Cardi B said, makes me feel safe. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he just didn't really make her feel secure enough because he felt like, well, she a beautiful woman. She did that. Maybe should know that she good. But a woman, regardless if she feel good or not, she still want a man to tell her she good. So basically, I shed a little tear in both of their songs a little bit, but mainly Holly's. And it was basically letting me know that like she do still have feelings for him and she does want it to work, and he left her and she didn't leave him. But since he left her, she had to like move on. Henceforth, she got a boyfriend and she had to put them papers in his life. But I don't think she wanted to. But her being hurt and dealing with the shenanigans and all this, and I feel like she, which is apparently she was the one who wanted Halo off the internet. And I feel like a lot of the core situation was because you hurt. But at the end of the day, you don't do stuff because you're hurt. At the end of the day, because you don't never know if you and your baby daddy gonna get back together. Just because y'all not together today don't mean that y'all never get back together. But you putting that friction in each other's life is never gonna be good. But I feel like he hurt her when he left and put other women in her face, of course. And I feel like she hurt him when she, like I said, put her hands on him and wasn't cooking for him and wouldn't let him have his freedom. So, but I do feel like both of them miss each other. They think about each other, and they will be willing to get back together for the child. And there's been rumored talk that they are low key working things out. Whether it's true or not, I'm not sure. Because India Love did say that he is no longer her man, which is crazy because there's a situation that I'm talking about with India Love. Because she had a niece allegedly that had the name of Halo, which was controversial as well. But anyway, there's alleged talk that DDG and Holly are more cordial behind the scenes than they used to be, which is good because to be honest, I love family and I would love for them to work it out. Now let's find this clip where I think Mom DDG is calling out anybody who's trying to cancel her 30-year-old son. Because first of all, if the boy is 30 years old, baby, you don't have to fight his battles. But if you do, you can. Well, he got some tickets. He gonna be going on tour. Anyway, um, but yeah, I'm down for a fade just called Aiden Ross. If that's who, if you was talking about me, I haven't had no beef with Mama DDG. But I mean, if you was wanting to take it for your son because somebody's saying he canceled, but he did Holly and he now going back to her, then you can get one. That's what you want. What do you do? Ooh, God dang. This one right here. Ooh.
How did you fly to Jamaica? I know you didn't pay for that ticket. Over 10K in Bottega, just tell me who money you spending. Is this from a nigga you actually like or is this from a nigga you tricking? Matter.
Who is that? They don't even look like neither one of them that I know. Dang, Toddy look like she tired on here. He talking about stink stink.
You're near, I be floating, never sinking. That my shorty, that my baby, that my stink stink. Upgrade. You're near, I be floating, never sinking. That my shorty, that my baby, that my stink stink. Upgrade. You're near.
And no one want to be called a stink stink Negro, just like Aries called TT poo poo. Like, what the hell? If she stink stink, put her in a bath of apple cider vinegar. What you talking about? Talking about stink stink. Me and I were trying to say woman stink. They get on my nerves. But she like she was tired there, and done there, which is very sad. Um, like she had been going through a lot there, and I feel like he did take her through a lot. But to be honest, I don't really think DDG is gonna be in a serious relationship no time soon. So he really just need to try to make it work with his baby mama. But they just me. I don't see the clip where um his mama's like trying to box, but whatever.
Something stink. Ooh, something stink. Where you look at that then? Ah, you scared me.
Oh my gosh. Who was that?
Ready for war, I just need me a reason. I'm getting
Dang, where the sound is? Anyway, so yeah, it basically was given to me that they both miss each other, that they both want to work it out, but like they both gotta get past their egos. So hopefully they can work it out. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about it down below. But of course, if they don't work it out, then she definitely got her man, Scott. And don't play with her and try to get her to break up with Scott and then leave again. Like, come on now, let's be for real. Welcome to the His Welcome to the